If you're wondering why I look the exact same as I did in my February wrap up, it's because this is going to be a little bit different. I am going to be vlogging my participation in the Tis the Damn Readathon. Which is hosted by a bunch of different people. I'll put all their links in the description of this video. It's a Taylor Swift readathon. And I am going to be participating in it, and I wanted to vlog it. And instead of vlogging and then uploading a wrap up, I have decided to just vlog it and upload it as my March wrap up, because I'm going to be talking about all of the books like in depth as I vlog. And so this readathon, the way it's structured, there's this house, it's this graphic, and there are 3 prompts for each room, and each room represents each album. And so each of the prompts, like, you can make it your own. Like, you can complete this readathon without reading a single book, because each room has one prompt that's like not reading. The way that I am going to be trying to complete this is I want to read 1 book for each room, and there'll be like 9 books. So yeah, this is just the introduction to this vlog. The first book that I'm going to try to just read off of my physical TBR, which is over here. You can't really see all of it. But the first, and I'm also weird, so I'm going to be doing them in album order, like release order. So I'm starting with self-titled, and the prompt that I'm reading for self-titled is a memoir. So the first book that I'm going to be reading this month is Tweak. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be reading. I don't know if I'm going to start this tonight or tomorrow, but yeah, I'm really excited. I read Beautiful Boy a few months ago, maybe in November, and really liked it, and I loved this movie, so I'm excited to read Nick's perspective of, his life, because I already read his dad's. So yeah, enjoy the vlog. I don't know how it's gonna go, to be quite honest. It's a month-long vlog, which seems like crazy to try to keep up with footage and edit and stuff, and there's not gonna be a lot of like vlog style clips in it, because that's gonna be too much. I'm just gonna focus on the readathon, instead of like in previous reading vlogs I've done, I've like shown you my life or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna read this sometime. Yeah, enjoy. Goodbye. It's officially the first day of Tis the Damn Readathon, which means it's the 1st of March, which means we've been in a pandemic for almost a year. So I started Tweak last night, cheating a little bit, but it's okay. I'm on page 93, so I've read that much, and I'm really liking this. So Nick is a drug addict, and this book is his memoir about a relapse he had, and it's a relapse that's only kind of like briefly touched on in Beautiful Boy, I think, a little bit, like the book. And the way it's written is he's telling the story of the relapse, but he's also like flashing back to, oh, this reminds me of when, and you're getting like more of his life and his like history with drugs and alcohol. Yeah, I'm really liking it, but I want you guys to look at the font in this book. It's so weird. That's not a normal book font. So that's strange for me. I think it's strange, personally. Hello, it's been a couple days since I've talked to you. I just finished Tweak. This was very good. It is written in such like a flat way, like very just blunt, like this is what happens, this is how it made me feel. He doesn't like censor anything that happened to him or anything that he did. It's very raw and very real, and I really appreciate that. Like, I think it's important that his story is told in that way and in that writing style. And there are a bunch of like things that he says that I was like, damn. I think the only thing I didn't like about the book, and this may be petty, but every time he talks about having sex, he refers to it as making love. And it's in this book so many times. It's like blah, 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 and we made love, blah, 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 and we made love all night, blah, blah. And it's just so repetitive. Like, I don't care that he's writing about having sex, but find other ways to say about that you had sex. I think that's my only complaint, was that part was too repetitive. I actually, like, I was reading this a little bit before bed last night, and then I like kind of dreamt about, but not really. It was like I was like writing this story in my mind, kind of dreaming, but I was kind of awake, but I like couldn't stop thinking about the book. Yeah, I really liked it. So that is one readathon prompt down. I can color in or do something with this little house. I completed the self-titled prompt. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna start anything else tonight. I can't remember what the other prompt is, the next prompt is, because I'm doing them in order. So the prompt for Fearless, not sure what it is right now, but when I start the next book, I'll definitely let y'all know. Yeah, I'm gonna go leave a review for this book on Goodreads and then put it on my shelf. I keep all my nonfiction books on the ground over here. And tweet about it on my book tweet thread, and add it to my spreadsheet of books that I read this year. I use Word Wonders spreadsheet and track all my stats and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna do all the things that go with finishing a book, but I just wanted to let you know that I finished this book. I think it took me 3 days to read. Yeah, I want to rewatch this movie, Beautiful Boy, now that I've read both of their books. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm gonna probably eat something. It's kind of dinner time. But yeah, goodbye. Okay, it's the next day. I opened at work this morning, so I got up at 6:30 and I went to work. And then I came home and I ate lunch. And then I took a nap, and I'm here refreshed from my nap, and I'm gonna start my next read of the readathon. For the Fearless prompt, I'm going to be doing the prompt that is read a book that intimidates you. And for that, I'm gonna read The Goldfinch. I am not sure what this book is about anymore. I bought it at Half Price Books a while ago. It's been sitting on my physical TBR shelf over there. It won a Pulitzer, and it's thick. I think let's look how many pages it has. 771 pages, and it's hefty. It's like tall too. The font is like normal font. So this is gonna probably take a while, and it's definitely intimidating. Like, I want to read it, but it's scary. It like just kind of scares me. That's why it's been sitting for so long after I bought it. I wonder what's... I saw something in here. Oh. It's the Barnes & Noble receipt for this book. I wonder when this, from 2015. That's so funny. I bought this at, not Barnes & Noble, at Half Price Books this year, so, or not 2020. But that's so funny. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna start this. I guess I should tell you a little bit about what it is about. There's something weird on the cover, like gross. 13-year-old Theo survives an accident that kills his mother and is abandoned by his father. Is taken in by a wealthy Park Avenue family. He clings to a painting that reminds him of his mother. And then as an adult, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Wow. Yeah, let's go. Okay, it has been like 2 days since I've talked to you guys because it's been 2 days since I read anything. The day I told you I was starting the Goldfinch, I read to page like 115 or something. And then I didn't read for 2 days. I had Fridays and Saturdays are like weird times of my shifts. So I just didn't feel like reading before I went to work or after. But I'm off today. And so I have been reading. I got to page 206, which is this beginning of part 2. And I'm really enjoying this so far. It's like really pretty writing, like really well written. But Theo is also just funny. Like reading about him and his conversations with his friend Andy, or like the older guy that he meets that's an antique, or he's funny. And I really like reading like from his perspective, and like having him narrate what happened to him. I'm really liking this so far. I like also really just like the structure of it, I guess. Like you have, so far I've read 4 chapters, which they were like obviously long chapters. It's 200 pages and that's just 4 chapters, but each chapter is like broken up into little like Roman numerals, and they're like short. And I hate just long chapters with nothing breaking it up, just talking, because my attention span is just not great. Okay, so I need stuff to like let me know when it's fine to take a break. And like I never want to just put a pause on reading right in between, like in the middle of a chapter. So I like the structure of this. I like Theo. I like where it's going. I think it's really funny. So the first part of it so far has been the accident that his mom died in, and then like the aftermath of that, and he like moves in with this rich family or whatever because no one can find his dad. Like he has no clue where his dad went. And the end of it, I guess I'm spoiling. I don't know. It's still kind of just set up, I guess. I'm not, okay, anyway, the end of it, his dad just shows up and is like, "You're moving with me to Las Vegas." And I was reading it, I was like, why would, I guess he has to, it's his dad. But like, his dad abandoned him, and it seemed like the family he was living with liked him. So, I don't know. I was just reading and I was like, he's not really moving with his dad, is he? But apparently he is, so. But yeah, I am liking it. I'm going to try to get to the 50% mark today because I am determined and I want to. And then I'm also off tomorrow, so yeah. This morning I watched a bunch of Law & Order SVU, which I've been watching, by the way. I've been watching SVU and Modern Family Modern Family is funny and I didn't know, and I'm kind of pissed no one told me. But also SVU, and I watched a bunch of SVU this morning, and then I went to investigate to see if the laundry room in my apartment is open, and the door was open, but it was like the ceiling had fallen in. So I just hand washed all of my underwear and stuff and all my work clothes and my kitchen sink. That's what I did today before I started reading. So I love a good winter storm. Makes things so fun. Okay, I am on page 370. I am, according to Goodreads, 47% of the way through this book. I just finished part 2. And I'm gonna stop reading for tonight. But I just wanted to have a little check-in. Wow, 2 check-ins in one day. I just did so much reading today. I am really liking this. It's really good. I just like that it's just this book about this kid's life, and like, yeah, some dramatic things are happening in his life, but essentially it's just about his life, and I like books like that. Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting when I picked this up, but I do like it, and I think it's very good, and I like the writing, and also it's very intimidating, which fits the prompt, because even after I started it and I read 170 pages, it took me 2 days to pick it up because I was intimidated by it. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm gonna stop reading for tonight. I am going to make some dinner and then watch some SVU probably. Yeah, I will probably talk to you guys tomorrow. Don't want to make any promises though, but I think, yeah, I don't know, I just like this book a lot. Yeah, definitely a 5-star so far. Yeah, wow. I love good books. All right, goodbye. I will give a better update later, but I just wanted to show you guys what this book is doing to me. Very sad. Things keep like, I'm just reading, you know, and then all of a sudden something sad will happen and I am sobbing, like, out of nowhere. So yeah, yeah. I am going to stop reading for today. I have been making dinner. That's what I did since I stopped reading. That book is really good. It's really compelling. The way it's written is so casual, like things happen, and you just casually find out about them. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's been my reading experience so far. I was like sobbing at something I read in it. It's also interesting. Oh, I think there's something in my wine. Okay, anyway, it's also interesting, like, to read it after I read Tweak, just because Theo is struggling with an addiction, and like his dad was an alcoholic. I don't know if, maybe, I don't think that's a spoiler. Maybe it is. It's not really mentioned, but it happens casually. Like he just talks about his addiction, like, really casually, I guess. And it just randomly brings it up and stuff. But it's interesting to see, like, to be reading it and to see, like, compare it to Tweak, which I just read. So I didn't realize that Tweak would be so relevant to this book. he's also treading on being unlikable. Like, I like him and I care about him and I want good things to happen to him, but he's kind of shady. Not due to I'm not saying that because of his addiction. I'm saying about other stuff. But he's just kind of unlikable, I guess. But I do like him. He's just not, he's just not, he's not like your typical protagonist, I guess. He's like, it's definitely an interesting POV. Yeah. Anyway, today I slept way later than I expected to. I think I woke up at like 12:30. So after noon. But it's because I stayed up until 3 a.m. watching SVU. So that is what I did last night. After I woke up, I showered, but I had to move. I'm not going to show you, but I had to move my clothes that are still drying from when I hand washed them in the sink yesterday from my bathtub where they were drying to my dining area that is like empty, like nothing is in my dining area. Refer to my Thanksgiving vlog if you want a house tour. So like right now I'm looking at all of my bras and underwear and socks just laying on flat on my dining room floor. They're probably close to dry now, but they were dry when I went to take a shower this morning. And I had to take a shower today because my water is being turned off tomorrow because the city of Austin is fixing a water main or something tomorrow during the day. And I had scheduled an H-E-B pickup, so I went to Trader Joe's and did the bulk of my grocery shopping, and then I tried the new Starbucks drink, the oat milk one, the shaken espresso, and it was really tasty. And then I returned a book at the library, drop off, and then I picked up my order at H-E-B, and I love doing that. I should probably do it more. But I realized the other day that H-E-B carries Prairie Artisan Ales, like the sours, which I have a love for. I have not had one in so long, and when I was shopping online last night, for the pickup, they have my favorite one, Blueberry Boyfriend, and so I ordered it. But I guess they were out of it because it got subbed in, and I wish they would have subbed it in for a different sour from Prairie, but instead they subbed it in for like a blueberry agave hard seltzer, which it's fine. I haven't tried them yet because I drink wine on Mondays because of The Bachelor. I will like it, but I'm so sad because I wanted a Prairie Artisan Ale, a good old sour from Prairie. Hi. I finished it. I'm crying. I don't know if you can tell, but it was just so good. I don't even know how to describe it. I think something that's really unique about it is you're so insulated in Theo's head the whole time. He's just talking about his life and what happened to him and the things that he's doing, and it's so casual, which is really unique. He just is I have a drug habit, and it's just dropped in, or and my dad died, and it's just dropped in, or I ran into Platt and he told me Andy died. And it's you only know how he views other people. You don't know how the people in his life think about him. You don't know if they know what he's doing. You don't know how they feel about him. And I think that makes it really different than a lot of books that I've read, especially recently, a bunch of multiple POVs and whatever. But I don't know. This book was really good. I'm giving it 5 stars. It was really intimidating, so I'm glad that I read it though. Fuck. It's like 8:45. I seriously got home from work and just sat down and wanted to finish. And I haven't eaten anything since breakfast. Well, I ate a cookie after work, but yeah, I like dog-eared a bunch of pages and underlined stuff. I don't know what else to say. Like, I really enjoyed this, and I liked how insular it was. I don't know if that's like the right word to describe it, but I don't know. Reading from Theo's point of view and like reading about his life, I'm just like grateful that Donna Tartt took the time to like sit down and read this. I like simultaneously wanted to finish it so I knew what happened and like all the plot lines were solved or whatever, but also never wanted it to end because I liked being in this world and being in Theo's head. But yeah, it made me sad. I think this book and A Little Life are like completely different books and about different things, but they also are really similar in the way that they have made me feel. I think this is not as sad and torturous to the degree that A Little Life is, and it's not like, I don't know, it's just moving in a different way, and it's not, there's not like a happy ending, but it's definitely a happier ending than A Little Life, but it's still I don't know, I feel the same. Like, I feel as I did when I finished A Little Life, and I just sobbed and then wandered into my roommate's room and watched Friends at 6 a.m. Like, I don't know what to do now. Like, what, I'm supposed to just finish this and then make dinner and watch The Voice? Yeah, so that's book 2 of the readathon down. It's like the 9th and I've only read 2 books, but this homie is thick, so yeah, I'm obviously not going to start anything else tonight, but the next prompt for Speak Now is read a book in a trilogy or the 3rd book in a series. And I was going to do both of those things, but I didn't actually ever finish this book last month, Mad Ship by Robin Hobb. I am like 45% of the way through it, and so for this prompt, it's a book in a trilogy, so I'm just gonna finish this to complete this prompt. I've actually stopped like right in the middle of a chapter. I was reading this during the blackout, like during the storm, when I would go down to my car and charge my phone and put my phone like on airplane mode and listen to my folklore CD, and I would just read this. And the last bit of it that I read, I was reading waiting to go take a shower at a public shower, and I just stopped because it was my turn to go shower. But yeah, I'm gonna read this next. I'll probably continue on in it tomorrow. Okay guys, it's been a couple of days since I talked to you, but when we last talked, I told you that I was going to be reading Mad Ship to complete the prompt for Speak Now, but I didn't really tell you about what this book is. So it is the 2nd book in the Live Ship Traders trilogy. I read the first one, if you will recall. I posted a vlog about it, but I read it back in January. And this book is set in the same like universe as the Farseer trilogy. and it's set in Beantown, which is the same world, and they are traders, and it's multi POV, and a live ship is like a ship that's made of wizard wood that becomes alive. Like the figurehead becomes alive, and it's like really hard to take. And this book is like the sequel to the first one, obviously. And it picks up kind of right where the last one left off. And it just follows our characters. We actually do get a couple extra point of views from somebody that is a woman that is a member of the king. They use a different word, king's court, and I don't want to try to pronounce any of these names, okay? Because I can't. But basically, Beantown is like a province, I guess, of a larger country, and they kind of want to break free. Like there's some like political intrigue in this book. But one of the new POVs is a woman who's a member of the court of the king of that country. And so it's really interesting to get that side of it, because in the first book you just have the people's perspectives of what is happening, but you don't really understand what's happening, I guess. And also something that I don't think I talked about in that vlog is an important point of view that you get is that of the sea serpents, who are going on a freaking mission to find She Who Remembers. And it's really confusing in the first book. It's like you kind of understand it, but in the second one, like I have gotten to actually understand what's happening, and I think like it's connected to Paragon and like the actual mad ship, and I think like these sea serpents know what happened to Paragon, okay? And Paragon is one who is going to be one who remembers. Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen. But that's been really fascinating to like see their journey as well. I am on page 604. I'm 70% into this book. I've read about 100 pages today. I read some yesterday. So I've read this much, and this much is how much I have left. And I feel like I'll finish this either tomorrow or the next day. Hopefully tomorrow, because I really just want to pick up my reading speed, okay? Pick up the pace. But so far, this book is like really good. The character development of Malta, unfounded, like crazy. And for a second, it seemed like it came out of nowhere, because there's a little bit of time where you're not from her perspective, and then a homie comes with this plan to save the live ship that was taken from her family, and she's like, okay, and she's very pragmatic about it, and it's like crazy to see like her go from this spoiled little kid to like a woman of the family. And I didn't think that it would happen. I thought that I would always hate her, but she proved me wrong. There's a lot of stuff that's coming up in this that I'm just really excited to like actually find out and to see. Like I want to see the threads come through, and I know that as soon as I finish this one, I'm gonna be like, I need to read the third one, but I can wait, okay? I will wait. I finished Mad Ship, okay? I gave it 4 stars. It was very good. Robin Hobb's mind is just like unmatched. Character building, world building, the development of her characters, the writing. Her writing is so good. It's just, I don't even know how to describe it. I finished it this morning right before I had to leave for work. So now I'm sitting in my car before work, telling you about it, it means, well, I am just so glad to have finished it. I love reading Robin Hobb. I love those characters, and like the mystery with the serpents and the dragons and the live ship, and or the plot, I guess it's not, I don't know, is it a mystery, is it a plot? I love it. Okay, it's really fun to, you know, just see happen. Yeah, I completed the speak now prompt, so yay. The prompt that I'm doing for red is read a book with red on the cover. And I'm gonna read Female Persuasion. I have a copy of it at home, but I'm not at home. And yeah, hopefully, like, my plan for tomorrow is just to read, to clean my apartment and then read like all day. I want to finish it in 1 day or 2 days. Mostly because the prompt for 1989, I want to read a library book that I have checked out, like ebook, and I have to return it in 5 days, so I need to get a move on, and I'm not compromising not reading them in order. I'm completing the album's prompts in release order. I know that Taylor is not respecting that in her re-recordings. I don't care. Actually, I do care. I wish that she was releasing them in order. But it's okay that she's not. As I mentioned yesterday, I am reading The Female Persuasion to complete the prompt for red, which is read a book with red on the cover. This has red on the cover. I'm reading it. I actually have been reading it pretty much all day. Let me mute this. Just sitting in this chair reading it. I'm 54% of the way through it, and I'm indifferent, leaning towards not liking it. It's a story about Greer, who meets this like white feminist woman while she's in college, and then she gets hired to work for her after college. And her boyfriend and then her friend are in it, and I don't like the writing style. Like, it's just not working for me. But we'll try to finish it today or tomorrow. It's like 7 p.m. now. The Grammys are on my television more. Now it's a commercial, but I'm watching the Grammys, and I'm gonna read this book, and I'm gonna eat dinner, and hopefully I'll finish this so I can get into something that's actually good, because I am not enjoying this. It's just like kind of bland, and like I don't care about the characters. Like, something like sad happened, and I was just like, okay. So yeah, my parents almost named me Greer. So also, this bitch loves reading, and I love reading, but I don't like her. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna continue my evening. I'm gonna open this seltzer and, you know, watch the Grammys. Hopefully Taylor wins Album of the Year. That's all I want. Okay, people, I finished Female Persuasion in 1 day. I'm giving it 2 stars. This book just wasn't for me. It felt like it wasn't really about anything. The characters I didn't care about. I also felt like it was written in this weird way where it switched perspectives, and like each chapter was kind of a different perspective, and sometimes you got perspectives from people that you didn't like. I didn't care about any of them, but like I would rather have read from Corey or Greer's perspective than Faith's or Emmett's or anybody else's. And it also just held them like kind of all the characters like kind of at a distance. And it didn't really work. I don't know. I could see what it was trying to do, but it didn't work for me. So 2 stars. But more importantly, Taylor Swift just won her 3rd Album of the Year Grammy for Folklore. I love her, okay? I'm so proud of her. And that's what's important for me today. Not that I read a 480-page book in one day, but Taylor Swift won a Grammy, so good night. Okay, since I finished a book last night, I am starting one today for the 1989 prompt. That is, read a book with a morally great character. So for this prompt, I am going to be reading Jade City. This is like an urban fantasy about mobs, and I don't know, the Goodreads description said it's Godfather-esque. Mina from Mina Reads really likes it, and I think that it probably has a morally great character in it. I don't know for sure, but my loan expires in 3 or 4 days, and I want to read it right now. So I'm reading that for this prompt, and I'm really excited. I am on page 164 of this ebook. I'm 32% in of Jade City, and the first like 90 pages were basically introducing each character. The story's told from like multiple perspectives, and also just kind of building the world. Like, here's this city, this is what Jade is, this is how it can be used, here are all these members of this family, here are some other people, here's their motivations, here's what they're doing. And then it went from introductions to action really quick, like nothing happening, here's information you need to know, to a lot happening, and not even that much has happened yet, but you can tell that it's just spicing it up. So far, I think, oh frick, I don't know how to say these characters' names. That's all I wanted to say. This is just a little update. I'm 32% of the way in. I just wanted to say that I'm afraid that my favorite character is about to die 32% into this book, so I really hope he's not, because I like him a lot, but I think he's gonna die. Okay guys, I did it. I finished Jade City. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I really liked it, and I thought it was good. The characters are well written, the world building is good. I just think it had some pacing issues. Like, reading it would be like nothing is happening, and then all of a sudden a bunch of stuff is happening, and there's like these random time jumps, and I don't know, the pacing just felt a little bit off to me, so that's why it's not getting 5 stars. I don't know if I don't know if I really ever explained what this book is about. It's a urban fantasy novel, or not, I guess it is a novel, but it is set on this island where people have like powers, I guess you could say, and they can like use, the people who have the powers can use jade. They wear it like in jewelry, or like get it like pierce like parts of them, and use it to like do like 5 different things. They can perceive others like feelings and emotions, and they can, I don't know, I don't really understand everything that they can do, but it makes them strong and powerful. And the book focuses on like, and then there are 2 clans, well there are more clans, but 2 important big ones, and the book focuses on the clan of the No Peak. The No Peak clan's like head family. They have like it's like 2 brothers and a sister, and then their grandpa is there. They have an adopted younger cousin who is like still in school, and it's just like following them, and like they were getting in fights with the other clan, the Mountain, and it's just like I don't know if it's like it would be considered like court politics, because it's not court. It's like they do be killing a lot. Like there's a lot of death and a lot of also nothing. Like I really enjoyed the book and I thought it was pretty good, but the pacing just threw me off a little bit. But yeah, 4 stars. I've completed the 1989 prompt, and then for Reputation, I am going to do the prompt. It's like read a book in a different genre but that has romance in it, which really goes with Reputation, if you know what I mean, like that. True. And I am going to be reading Honey Girl. I am so excited to read this. It's been all over my timeline. All the booktubers are reading it, and it's supposed to be really good. It's a contemporary fiction novel where a girl who is a Virgo, which is important. It was in the description on Book of the Month. Who is a Virgo, like graduates with her PhD, and she goes to Vegas, and she wakes up and she's married, I think. And so I think it's like there's romance there, but it's mostly her story. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I'll probably start it tomorrow because it's like 10 p.m. now, because I came home and I ate dinner and watched exactly 2 YouTube videos, and then the rest of the time I've been reading because I wanted to finish that other book. I have to return it to the library, the e-library. Hello, it's the next day. I am exactly 1 chapter into Honey Girl, but I just wanted to say that the writing is already so pretty. Like, I love it. The writing style. Okay, I'm gonna continue reading now. Okay, pals, I am on page 142. I am 47% of the way through the book. I've cried like 7 times. I did not expect this book to make me feel as much as it has. The writing is gorgeous. I love how we're just kind of thrown into this story. Like, we're just thrown into Grace's life. And like, she's kind of too, but she already has these like very established like friendships and relationships with her parents and whatever. And so we just get to see her friends be her friends. I don't know. My weak spot is people caring about each other. So there's a lot of that in this, which is why I've cried. Yeah, I'm gonna stop reading for today. Probably I might read a little bit later, but mostly I like want to savor this and I don't want to read it all in one day. But I'm pissed no one let me know that this would make me emotional, like full-blown emotional too. I don't know, my nose is still kind of red, so okay, all right, goodbye. Hello, I finished Honey Girl. It was so good. I'm giving it 5 stars. I loved it. Okay, I just felt a lot reading this, and I thought it was really good, and it was good to, it wasn't like a romance, it was a contemporary fiction about a girl finding herself, and her having this amazing group of friends, and also her falling in love. I love it. It was so good. I am so happy I got to read it. I'm It's so good. 5 stars. I completed the prompt for reputation. Does that mean I only have 3 more prompts left? I don't know what the next one is, so I'll check in with y'all about that tomorrow or something. But yeah, this was so good. 5 stars. Okay. I don't have much more to say about it. I loved it. Like, I don't know what else you need to hear from me. You should just go read it. I did cry a lot while we were reading it, so if you're a crier, maybe this will make you cry. Who knows? Okay, I'm gonna do some, I don't know. I don't know what time it is. Goodbye. Hi, it's Sunday now, and I am starting my next book for the readathon. For the lover prompt, I'm picking the one that's read a 5-star prediction. And the book that I'm gonna read for this is The Mothers. This is like a small town secrets book, and it's by Britt Bennett, who wrote, this is her first novel, and I read The Vanishing Half last year and absolutely loved it, and I'm pretty sure I gave it 5 stars, so it's a good bet that I'm gonna give The Mothers 5 stars. So yeah, I have the ebook checked out from my library. I already actually started this book a couple minutes ago, but I wanted to film this clip. I'm doing laundry right now, but in a washing machine for the first time all month, because I remember that my apartment complex has a second laundry room that I am taking advantage of right now. So that's very exciting. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue reading this book, and I'll let you know how I'm liking it later. It's the next day. I haven't read any more today, but I did get 62% of the way into The Mothers yesterday. And I'm really enjoying it. I don't know how much I touched on what it's about, but basically it's a small town in California. I think I said the South yesterday, but it's a small town in California, near a Marine base. That's the setting. And there's kind of a love triangle. It spans years. There's like secrets. There's this kind of, the narrator in each, like the beginning of each chapter is the mothers, and I'm pretty sure that the mothers are nuns at a Catholic church, because the church is like a big thing in the book, like it's important. And I thought that the mothers were going to be like mothers, but I'm pretty sure they're nuns in a church. Like, that's what I'm getting from it. It's not super clear, but they kind of talking to, like, at the beginning of each chapter, it's like, we should have known, blah, 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 this is what so, and they're like kind of talking about the events in the book. It kind of has vibes like How to Love by Katie Kotanuga. I don't know how to say her last name. But I love her books, and especially that book in 99 Days, because her characters are like unlikable, kind of like they do shit that's not like there's like, it's bad, like it's not bad, but it's like shady, I guess. But in that book, in How to Love, the main character gets pregnant when she's in high school, and she ends up having the baby, and the baby's father like disappears, kind of. And then in this book there's a pregnancy, but I feel like it might be a spoiler to tell you if there is a baby or if there's not a baby. So, but it's the same vibes. It's The Mothers has like beautiful lyrical writing. Like, I think the Goodreads description describes it as like lyrical prose. and that's definitely like what the writing style is. I think right now it's sitting at a 4-star, which the reason I'm reading it is it's a 5-star prediction. Like, that's how it fits this prompt. But I think it's going to be a 4-star. It's just not as good as I want it to be. Also, I hate making predictions. Like, if I predict something's going to be 5 stars, I'm probably not going to end up rating it 5 stars. Like, I hate setting expectations that are too high. But yeah. Another fun, cool thing that happened today is I got a second job. So not only will I be baking cookies, but I'll also be sorting some books, which is going to be really fun, I think. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I'm probably not going to read more tonight. I will most likely read tomorrow, just because I am very tired. I've had a very long day. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a little update. This book is actually really short. Like, I think it's like less than 300 pages, which is really short, which is good because I've read a bunch of long books at the beginning of this month. But yeah, that's it. Good night. Hello. I just finished The Mothers by Brit Bennett, and it's so good. It was so good. I gave it 4 stars. It just didn't have the 5th star factor, but I pretty much covered everything that I really liked about this in the previous clip when I was talking about it yesterday, but I just want to let you guys know that I finished it. It was just, the writing is so beautiful, and the story was really fascinating. I liked the way the book ended, kind of open. I don't know. I think it's really nice when books don't wrap everything up in a neat little bow, I guess. So, like, people's lives don't wrap up in a neat little bow unless they're dead. So anyway, that's it. I'm drinking, it's a hard cider. I haven't had a beverage out of a bottle in a while, and it's kind of a pleasant experience. Yeah. Okay, it's the next day, and I wanted to tell y'all what the next book I'm going to be reading is. The prompt for folklore that I'm doing is read a book based on mythology or a retelling. And I had one on my shelves, and that is Frankenstein in Baghdad. This is a Frankenstein retelling set in Baghdad, obviously. The back says that a guy stitches together human body parts, and his goal is for the government to recognize the parts as people and to give them proper burial. But when it goes missing, there are murders, and the corpse needs human flesh to survive. I'm really excited. I took a class on Frankenstein when I was in college, and I can't stop talking about it, so but I'm excited to read this and like compare it to all of the other Frankenstein adaptations I've read and seen. So I'm really pumped. This is the second to last book I'll be reading for this readathon. That's crazy. This one, another one, and we're done, you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna start this today, probably like right now. I'm sitting in my car outside of work, just waiting to go in. I'm early, you know how it is. But I'll probably read this while I'm waiting, and then read it some more later, read some tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, it's the next day, and I've read 110 pages of this book. I am like 39% of the way through. This is what I've read. This is what I have yet to read. I like it. It's the first like 50 pages were mostly just like a setup. It's got an interesting like narrative style, I guess. It switches like the character that it's focusing on, like the POV, I guess, quite a bit, but it's told in third person. I don't know the difference. It's not like you're in somebody's head, somebody narrating the story. And also, you remember when I was reading The Goldfinch earlier this month, and I was like, and it has, the chapters are split into different little things. Well, this book, each chapter is split into 5 little sections like that, which is good and fun. Yeah, it's starting to pick up a little bit. Like, it was at the beginning, it was just like kind of set up, but it's starting to pick up, and it's fun to read about so many different characters and like how they interconnect and whatever. So yeah, enjoying it. Hello, I finished Frankenstein in Baghdad. I haven't even thought about a rating for this. I think 3 stars. Like, I liked it, I really did enjoy it, but it wasn't like outstanding, beautiful, great, you know. It's really interesting to read it as like a retelling of Frankenstein, because it's definitely a loose retelling because of like cultural things and like what the author is trying to do and say with the story, I guess. But it does have a lot of elements that are similar to Frankenstein. Like, there's this whole chapter like in the middle of the book that's very, very like, that is what's its name, or the corpse or whatever, just telling his story and like what had happened to him, kind of like in Frankenstein when the creature is just like telling his story about what happened to him before he came back. So yeah, it was really interesting and fun read, really well written as well. So yeah, I liked it, and I'm giving it 3 stars. Now, I'm not tonight probably, but I get to move on to the final book of the readathon, the final prompt. And that prompt that I'm choosing for Evermore is read a thriller or a mystery. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to read The Cousins by Karen McManus, because I have the ebook checked out from the library, and because it's a young adult thriller, and that's very exciting. It's kind of a recent release, and I'm going to read it. Yeah, I'll probably start that tomorrow at some point. I open tomorrow. I open on a Saturday, which is going to be weird because I haven't done that in a while. And then I have the whole day to myself, and then I have Sunday off, and then on Monday I start my new job and also have work at Crumble at night. So it's very exciting. Okay, it's the next day. And so my day today, I woke up at 6 a.m. and went and opened the store. And then I got takeout for lunch. And then I came home and watched 3 episodes of SVU. And then I took like a 3-hour nap. And then I read The Cousins in its entirety in like 3 hours or less. I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I'm between that and a 4-star. It was super dark and twisty, and I liked the characters. I liked the switching POVs, and Karen McManus's writing style is very like quickly moving, action-packed, except for this book didn't seem as action-packed as the other ones. I think I've read every book she's released actually. But it like was kind of slow up to the 50% mark. Not a lot happened. I felt like there could have been more that was happening, I guess. I liked like the concept, like following these 3 cousins, and something dark happened in their family 24 years ago, and like them putting together the mystery of like the generation before them, like their parents and their grandparents, and like building relationships and forming bonds together and with their uncle, and they all had secrets too. My only thing that I wish happened is kind of a spoiler. I wish that I'm not gonna spoil it because this is a really fun thriller mystery. And that means that I'm officially done with this readathon. I have read 9 books this month, and I talked about them all already. So instead of a wrap up, you got this vlog. I hope that you all enjoyed it. If I read anything else before the end of March, I'll just include it in my April wrap up, I guess. I don't see me really finishing anything in the next few days. I think I'm gonna spend my entire day tomorrow cleaning and then editing this video. I have a lot to edit. But yeah, I'm really happy with the books that I read because of this readathon. I really worked through a lot of my physical TBR, as well as like just having fun and reading books that maybe I wouldn't have picked up yet because of the prompts. And Taylor Swift won a Grammy during this month. Yeah, that's all. I hope you all enjoyed this. I really had fun time making it. Maybe I'll hate myself after finishing editing it tomorrow, but yeah, I am gonna eat maybe something. It's like almost 10 p.m. but yeah, that's all. This is the end of the video. Goodbye.